Hi all of you. Welcome back to Rama Reddy Maths Academy. Today I will be explaining the problems on double integral that is in the polar coordinates. Okay. See how we can convert the polar coordinate. We already discussed Cartesian to polar. See the problem. Evaluate the double integral r sin theta dr d theta over the coordinate r is equal to what that? A of 1 minus cos theta above the initial line. We already discussed the last class in the 8th class I think, how to convert if it is the function in terms of x and y, how to convert into polar coordinates. We already discussed, but there is no need to convert into polar. The integration that is already in terms of r and theta. Just we have to draw the graph and find the limits for the given coordinate. That is, so suppose in general form of coordinate is, if you consider the coordinate like this is the form and this is another. Means if the figure look like this, here r is equal to a of 1 plus cos theta. It represents the radius. If this is the figure like this, it is r is equal to a of 1 minus cos theta. This is the base idea for coordinate. Here we have to discuss about this figure. Why? Because the radius is what? R is equal to a of 1 minus cos theta, and that too, that is above the initial line only. I will explain by the figure. See, now I need to consider this coordinate because it represents a of 1 minus cos theta. But what we have to consider? We need to consider this coordinate on above the initial line. We already discussed what is the initial line and what is the perpendicular line. For example, I need to consider this. Suppose I'll take the initial line. This is what? Theta is equal to 0, the initial line. This is a perpendicular line. Okay, it represents theta is pi by 2. Now this line theta is pi and this is theta is equal to 3 pi by 2. Okay, and this is 2 pi, but no need for these two. Just what is that? What is our coordinate? R is equal to a of 1 minus cos theta. In this radius, the coordinate starts from this pole to like this. It ends up to this pole. Okay, means the coordinate, but we have to consider the given coordinate in the above the initial line. Above the initial line means this is our initial line, right? This is our initial line. Above the initial line means we want to calculate this shaded region. That is what? In the color of red. Means above the initial line means this is this one only. Red color to edaithe shade chesano aa region maatrame teeskovali. Endukane the given problem there mentioned the coordinate in this radius above the initial line only. You need to find the double integral. First of all, by using the given data only we can justify our theta and r values here. What's that? How we can varies from theta? Theta varies from where to where here? See, theta varies from initial line means no need to consider this. Okay, above the initial line means up to here means theta initial line is 0 to ends with pi. Means theta varies from where to where? Theta varies from 0 to pi. Okay, what are the limits here? Here limits of theta from where to where? 0 to pi. Then how to consider the r radius? Means see, this coordinate starts from pole to pole end. Means starts from pole to pole means you can consider it is from the origin. R is equal to from 0 to where? What is our radius for this? That is r is equal to a of 1 minus cos theta. Means limits of r, what are the limits from various 0 to what? A of 1 minus cos theta. Okay, now we know the limits and the given integral also. Put all the values here. Is it clear? బట్ ఎక్కడి వరకు కనుక్కోవాలి మనం? అబోవ్ ద ఇనిషియల్ లైన్ పైన ఉన్న పార్ట్ అంటే ఎక్కడి నుంచి ఎక్కడికి వేరియేట్ అవుతుంది? 0 to π వరకు. అండ్ r ఎక్కడి నుంచి స్టార్ట్స్ విత్ 0 అండ్ ends with 0, బట్ ద రేడియస్ ఆఫ్ r is what? a of 1 minus cos theta. If they are given a of 1 plus cos theta, the Cartesian equation is that side. Okay. Now here I need to consider the given double integral. First of all, what is our theta values here? Theta varies from where to where beta? 0 to π. Then r, that is varies from where to where? R is 0 to a of 1 minus cos theta r sin theta dr d theta. Observe the problem carefully. These limits are depends on the theta value. ఇప్పుడు r limits అనేటివి dependent limits. These r limits having theta in terms of theta, that is depends upon the theta value. For that you can integrate the internal limits with respect to dr first. Okay, you'll get the value in terms of theta, then after that integrate with respect to theta. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు నేను ఏం చేస్తానంటే ఫస్ట్ నాకు ఇచ్చినటువంటి ఇంటర్నల్ లిమిట్స్ r అనుకొని dr ఫస్ట్ నేను ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేస్తాను. theta varies from 0 to π. Now I'll going to integrate with respect to r. అప్పుడు ఇది ఏమవుతుంది? r²/2 sin theta as it is, because that is the constant. Okay, then what are the limits for this? 0 to a of 1 minus cos theta. Okay, now ఏమవుతుంది నాకు? theta 0 to π. Then in the place of r you need to substitute this value, then this will change it to what? Sin theta as it is, r will become to r square, means a square 1 minus cos theta whole square. A square 1 minus cos theta whole square, right? Half is there, na? Take it out, half. Okay, d theta. See, but this is look like, what is the form here? If you consider, see, this is also constant. Shall I take it out? A square ni baitak తీసేయండి, అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? a²/2. See, observe the problem carefully. This is flower f. What is our principle here? Since from, our principle is since from fx to the power of n into f dash x dx, integral of this is nothing but, if you consider this is flower bracket, that flower bracket fx to the power of n plus 1 by n plus 1. This is our principle. Ante chudandamma, 1 minus this is fx to the power of n, then the differentiation of this is sin theta, cos differentiation this is sin theta, then this is look like fx to the power of n of f of x dx, then you can write it as fx to the power of n plus 1 by n plus 1. ఇది కదండి మన ఫ్లవర్ f of x. అప్పుడు నేను దాన్ని ఎలా రాస్తాను చూడండి? a²/2. By using that principle, it will become to 1 minus cos theta to the power of n plus 1 by n plus 1. Is it clear? What are the limits? 0 to π. Okay, now is it clear? Put the upper limit here. It will become to a²/2. This 1 minus cos theta whole cube, right? This will 1 minus cos theta whole cube. Then 1 minus cos theta whole cube. In the place of theta, you need to substitute our upper limit. 1 minus cos pi whole cube. This is 3. Take it out. Okay, 3 2s are 6. Minus of lower limit 1 minus cos 0 whole cube. Is it clear, ma? After simplification here, now I got it. This is a²/6, and we know that cos pi is -1. 1 minus of -1 is, this is plus 1 అవుతుంది, అంటే 2 cube, it will nothing but 8. Okay, and this is cos 0, then this will become to what? This total will become to 0. Okay, the cos 0 is 1. 1 minus that is 1 minus 1 is 0. Then what is our answer? 3 4s are 3 sorry, 2 4s are 2 3s are అంటే ఏంటిది 4a square by 3. This is our final answer. ఈ ప్రిన్సిపల్స్ అన్నీ వచ్చి ఉండాలండి. This is the cardio problem. Okay, please write down. Next one. See all of you, this is our second problem. Show that the double integral region r square sin theta dr d theta is equal to 2a cube by 3, where r is a region bounded by the semicircle r is equal to 2a cos theta above the initial line. Before going to discuss this problem, first of all, you want to know some small information about this 2a cos theta. If the circle equation suppose like this, r is equal to a sin theta. If you consider r is equal to a sin theta, the circle is like this. In the above the initial alignment, the circle is like this. Here the center of this circle is 0 comma a by 2. If you consider r is equal to a cos theta, the circle is on the initial line like this. Here in this case the center is a by 2 comma 0. Okay, see, this is the difference of these two. If the r is equal to a sin theta, that circle represents the center 0 comma a by 2, and r is equal to a cos theta, the circle represents like this, the center is a by 2 comma 0. But in our problem, r is what? 2a cos theta. 2a cos theta means what is the center for that? I need to consider the graph like this. ఎలా ఉంటుందండి? Same like our second graph, but the thing is the center is different. Okay, ఎలా ఉంటుందో చూడండి. This is our given circle. Okay, but the thing is, if r is equal to a sin theta, center is a by 2. Okay, but here in the place of a we have 2a, means 2a by 2 means what is the center for this? A comma 0. Is it clear? The center is a comma 0. Okay, what we required to find this integral? We required to calculate the theta and r values here. Here in this problem, you need to consider the bounded region is on the above the circle initial line. This is our initial line. This is what? Pi by 2, and this is pi. Here above the initial line means we need to calculate this region only. Okay, in this region. Okay, in that region I'll going to consider the theta and pi value. Theta is already directly we know that. Okay, after look and feel only we can identify the theta. Here above the initial line means here initial line starts with 0 and it is ends with what? A perpendicular line, means theta varies from where to where beta? 0 to pi by 2. Then how to consider r? How to find the r limits? For that I'll take a line from the pole it is touches the given circle. అప్పుడు అది ఏమవుతుంది? it starts with what? r initial at pole, that is 0, and what is the radius for this circle? 2a cos theta. Okay, then that is 2a cos theta. Is it clear? These are the limit values and this is the figure. By using that we need to show that this is equal to this. Okay, I'll explain how we can solve the problem. Okay, first of all, what is the given double integral here? Let us consider the given double integral r of r square sin theta dr d theta. Okay, in that we know that what are the limits? Theta varies from where to where, ma? Here theta varies from 0 to pi by 2 because this is on the first quadrant, and that too this is on the above the x-axis, it ends with pi, perpendicular line. Okay, and next r varies from where to where? From pole to here, that radius is 2a cos theta. Is it clear? This is a 2 2a cos theta. Done. Then this is the dependent limit and this is a independent limit. For that, what we have to do, the r limits in terms of theta, and you need to integrate this dependent limits with respect to dr first. Then you'll get the function internal limits in terms of theta. Then after that, integrate with respect to d theta. Is it clear? మనకి ఎప్పుడైనా ఒకటి డిపెండెంట్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఇంకొకటి ఇండిపెండెంట్ లిమిట్ ఇస్తారు, వేరియబుల్ లిమిట్ లైక్ అవర్ మన భాషలో. ఇప్పుడు దీన్ని ఏం చేయాలండి? నౌ ఐ విల్ గోయింగ్ టు ఇంటిగ్రేట్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు వాట్? విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు ఆర్. దిస్ ఈజ్ పై బై 2. విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు నేను ఆర్తోని ఎక్కడి వరకు ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేస్తా చూడండి. 1 సెకండ్. ఫస్ట్ theta limits 0 to pi by 2, right, as it is. Now theta value as it is, I'm going to integrate. R will become 2 r cube by 3 sin theta d theta. Okay, then what are the limits for here? For this, r is 0 to 2a cos theta. R is equal to 2a cos theta. Now apply the upper limit minus lower limit. It will become to 0 to pi by 2 r cube. R cube means what? 2a, you can write it as 2a cos theta whole cube by 3. Here 1 by 3, take it out, sin theta d theta. Or you can write like this also, 2a means 8, 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8a cube. Shall I take it out? 8a cube by 3 common, then theta varies from 0 to pi by 2. What is the remaining term here? Cos theta whole cube into sin theta d theta. Into sin theta d theta. Now observe the problem carefully. This is look like, what is our principle? Since from, what is our principle ma? Integral of fx to the power of n f dash x. You can consider flower bracket fx, because the both functions both are in terms of f of x, right? ఇది ఫ్లవర్ బ్రాకెట్ లో తీసుకోండి dx. ఈ ఫామ్ లో ఉంటే ఏంటి ప్రిన్సిపల్? ఫ్లవర్ బ్రాకెట్ fx to the power of n plus 1 by n plus 1. Now I am going to apply this principle here. Here flower bracket fx అంటే ఏంటిది? cos theta to the power of n, then the differentiation of cos is sin, then you'll get that value. But the differentiation of cos is nothing but minus sign. For that, I'll going to change. I want to write this is minus sin theta and minus 8. Minus minus, it will become to plus. Just multiply with minus in these both terms. ఎందుకని నాకు ఈ ఫార్ములాకి కన్వర్ట్ చేయడానికి. Now that is look like in this principle. Now you can write it as 8a cube by 3 minus of, okay, then you can write it as flower bracket, that is what? Cos theta to the power of n plus 1. 3 plus 1 means what? 4 by 4. Then the upper limit, lower limit is 0 to pi by 2. Then apply the limits here. Minus 8a cube by 3. What are the limits? Cos pi by 4. In the place of theta, you can substitute pi by 2 whole to the power of 4. 4, take it out, it will become to 12, or else you can write it as 3 into 4. Okay, after that we'll simplify. Minus of lower limit, cos 0 to the power of 4. Here see, 4 ones are 4 twos are. What is the remaining? 2a cube by 3. But we know that cos 90, this is 0, and cos 0, this is minus, this is 1. Minus of 1 into minus this will become to 1. Or else you can write one more term. This is what? 0 minus 1. Simply our answer is 2a cube by 3. Hence it is proved. Hence it is proved. Okay, is it clear? అర్థమైంది కదండి. కార్డియాయిడ్ అంటే ఎలా చేయాలి, అండ్ సర్కిల్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు what is the radius? If the circle radius is a sin theta, how we can draw the circle? If the circle radius r is equal to a cos theta, how we can draw the circle? But the circle here, the r is 2a cos theta, means the center is a comma 0. Okay, From that we need to calculate above the semicircle and solve apply our limits, then we'll get our required solution. This is a procedure. See all of you. This is our third problem. By changing into the polar coordinate, evaluate the double integral x square y square upon x square plus y square dx dy over the region between the circles x square plus y square equal to a square and x square plus y square equal to b square. Here the problem in terms of Cartesian form x and y. Now we are going to convert into polar form. In the place of x is equal to, what we have to do? In the place of x, what we have to substitute? Or cos theta. We already discussed. Now first of all, I will going to draw the figure here. What is our given circle? The circle x square plus y square is equal to a square, and the thing is, they are mentioned b greater than a. Ante first circle ela untundi? The circle is like this. The center what? 0, 0, and the radius is a. Okay, and next circle, the center is 0, 0, but the radius is b. Okay, this is what? This is b and this is a. Okay, then we need to calculate this region. Which region? We need to calculate in between these two circles. ఈ region మనం find out చేయాలి. Okay, this is theta is equal to 0 and this is theta is equal to pi by 2 and this is theta is equal to pi and this is 2 pi 3 pi by 2. Okay, but here over the region between the circles means, first what we have to do, we need to find the theta limits and what is that? R limits. First, what are the theta limits? It represents the whole circle from starts with here and it is ends with here, means up to ikkadiki complete cheyadaniki enta avutundi 2 pi, means theta starts with from where to where. What are the limits for here? One second. The theta limits is what? The theta limits are 0 to what? 2 pi. Here theta limits are 0 to 2 pi. Okay, మన figures చూసి చెప్పేయచ్చు. R limits. How to find the R limits here? R varies from where to where, beta? R varies from see. The length of here, this is the radius is a and this the radius is b. Now we need to calculate this region. Always in the polar coordinate, the minimum is a and the maximum is b. Okay, here R is what? R is equal to from where to where? Our limits are a to b. A to b. First, what is the theta limits? Theta varies from 0 to 2 pi and R varies from where to where? A to b. Okay, then what is our given condition? X square. See, this is what? We know that dx dy replaced with r into dr d theta. X square. Now I can write it as r square cos square theta and r square sin square theta r dr d theta. Okay, and here x square plus y square. From that I'll write it as r square cos square theta plus sin square theta. But we know that, okay, but we know that this represents 1 and r square cancel. From these two terms, r square cancel. What is the remaining? R square and r, that will become to r cube. Now I'm going to consider theta 0 to 2 pi. R is a to b and what is the remaining? R cube cos square theta and sin square theta dr d theta. See, నేను దీన్ని ఎలా రాయొచ్చండి? I can write it as cos theta plus sin theta whole square అని రాయొచ్చు. అప్పుడు ఇది ఏ ఫామ్లోకి వస్తుంది, sin 2 theta to sin theta cos theta ఫామ్. ఓకే, అంటే నాకు 2తో మల్టిప్లై చేశాను అనుకోండి. ఇఫ్ యూ రైట్ 2 హియర్ then it will become to theta is equal to 0 to 2 pi r is equal to a to b r cube. ఏంటని రాస్తాను, 2 into sin theta cos theta whole square. 2తో ప్రోడక్ట్ 2 హోల్ స్క్వేర్లో ప్రోడక్ట్ చేస్తే 4తో మల్టిప్లై చేశాను కాబట్టి 4తో డివైడ్ చేస్తాను dr d theta. Now I'll going to take 1/4 is a common theta from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, నేను ఇప్పుడు దీన్ని ఏమని రాయొచ్చు, sin 2 theta హోల్ స్క్వేర్ అని రాయొచ్చు. ఏమని రాయొచ్చు, a to b. ఓకే, దట్ ఈజ్ r cube into sin 2 theta హోల్ స్క్వేర్ dr d theta. నా ఇప్పుడు మనం ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేయండి. దిస్ ఈజ్ ద డిపెండెంట్, బోత్ ఆర్ ద కాన్స్టెంట్. ఓకే, నో వరీస్. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఏం చేస్తాను, ఐదర్ యూ కెన్ ఇంటిగ్రేట్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు టీటా ఆర్ యూ కెన్ ఇంటిగ్రేట్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు ఆర్, యువర్ విష్. నా ఇప్పుడు నేను ఇది ఎలా చేస్తానంటే, ఇఫ్ యూ కన్సిడర్ sin 2 theta ఆర్ దీన్ని ఏమని రాయొచ్చు మనం, sin square 2 theta అని రాయొచ్చు. బట్ వీ నో దాట్ దీన్ని sin square 2 theta అని రాస్తాము. కానీ మనకి sin square theta అంటే ఏమని తెలుసు, 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2 అని రాయొచ్చు. అలానే sin square 2 theta అని ఏమని రాయొచ్చు, 1 minus cos 2 of 2 theta cos 4 theta by 2 అని రాసామనుకోండి. ఓకే, సిన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ దీస్ 2 ఫార్ములాస్ నేను ఇప్పుడు దీన్ని సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేశాను అనుకోండి, ఇదేమవుతుంది, ఇస్ ఇట్ క్లియర్, కనిపిస్తుందా? దీన్ని ఎలా రాయొచ్చు, 1/4 theta లిమిట్స్. ఐ వాంట్ టు ఇంటిగ్రేట్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు వాట్, theta ఫస్ట్. అప్పుడు అది ఏమవుతుందంటే, r లిమిట్స్ బయటకు రాయండి, a to b. థీటాతో చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది, r యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈజ్ r క్యూబ్. ఇదేమవుతుంది, sin స్క్వేర్ విల్ బికమ్ టు 1 minus cos 4 theta by 2. ఓకే, దీన్ని నేను ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేస్తున్నానండి. cos 4 theta d theta కదా, d theta అంటే 1/2. దీన్ని ఫస్ట్ థీటాతో చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది, ఈ టర్మ్ అండి, డైరెక్ట్ ఇక్కడ చేస్తున్నాను. 1/2ది theta వస్తుంది. cos 4 theta మీన్స్ sin 4 theta by 4 వస్తుందండి. డివైడెడ్ బై 2 sin 4 theta by 4 అండ్ బై 2 కదా, ఈ 2 నేను కామన్ తీసేస్తాను ఇక్కడ. అప్పుడు నాకు ఇది 8 అవుతుంది. ఇజ్ ఇట్ క్లియర్? ఈ టర్మ్లో నుంచి 2 కామన్ తీసాను, రెండింటి టర్మ్లో నుంచి. cos 4 theta by 4 అయిపోయిందండి. ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ ఓన్లీ ద dr ఈజ్ రిమైనింగ్. ఇక్కడ నాకు ఒక dr ఒకటే ఉంటుంది. ద లిమిట్స్ ఆర్ 0 to 2 pi. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు నాకు ఇది ఏమవుతుంది, 1/8. ఐ వాంట్ టు అప్లై దిస్ ఈజ్ ఫ్రమ్ a to b. And in the place of r as it is, right, in the place of theta you need to substitute 2 pi. This will become to 2 pi. This is 2 pi minus sin of 2 pi minus of this will become to 0. Okay, 2 pi minus 0 into what is the remaining here, dr. నేను ఇప్పుడు drతో చేశాను అనుకోండి, అప్పుడు నాకు ఏమొస్తుంది, 1/8. or after integration this will become to 2 pi by 8 r to the power of 4/4, the limits a to b. Okay, after applying the upper and lower limit it will become to what, here రాస్తున్నాండి ఇక్కడ, pi by 6 b power 4 minus a power 4. that is our answer. ఓకే, అర్థమైంది అనుకుంటున్నాను. దయచేసి మీకు ఈ వీడియో నచ్చితే లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి, సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి. Thanks for watching.